Guys, this is Inhander from Fear Productions, and I'm coming to you today with another paintball video. Today I'm going to give you I gave you my first reactions to the Tippmann TMC when I unboxed it in the previous video. Today I'm just going to give a little overview and talk about it a little bit. As you can see, it looks a lot different than it did in the unboxing video, and I'll go over that. Did quite a bit to it here, and I still have one or two more things to finish on it, but just wanted to give you a quick first thoughts video, or first thoughts, impressions, whatever you want to call it. And then following this video, there will be a disassembly video. I did take it apart the other day to test it, or just to see what the insides look like, and it's actually quite interesting in there. So, but we'll go over that in the takedown video. I first want to say that even with everything on here, now the magazine is not loaded, of course, but 20 paintballs in there is not going to make too big of a difference. The marker is very, very light, extremely light. I mean, as you can see, I'm manipulating it with one hand, you know, fairly easy. As you can see, I have painted the tan parts black. A close-up of the grip here. The paint that I used was just standard Krylon flat black paint with some protective clear finish. So due to the material of the grip here, it's going to be a little shinier than the rest of the parts that I painted black, but that's okay. As you can see, I got my remote nipple in here. Got that in the other day. Magazines. I painted all my magazines. As you can see, I only did the half that would be showing. I didn't want to paint up here and mess with the feeding mechanism at all. I just didn't want to jeopardize anything and cause the mag not to work properly. But all four of my mags are painted with the same spray paint. Really good stuff. It's about $6 for both cans. High quality stuff. It does good, so we'll see how it does when we get it out on the field. Now, one thing that I want to take note of here is the stock, because I've had people ask me that they've seen my picture on Instagram and wondered how I got this stock on here. This is a standard MOE stock from Magpul. As you can see, I took a Dremel tool to it. I haven't got to true up the lines and make it all look smooth and pretty, but prior to this, the stock would only go to here, the final lock-in point. So I eyed it up and thought I was measuring correctly. I was a little bit off, but on each side, so the stock can go in fully, and this is what it actually looks like when it's locked in. So you can see I was a little bit off. I wasn't taking into account. I thought the first contact point of the lock would be up here. Of course it wasn't, but that's okay. It does 4 positions now instead of just being locked in at the one, so that's good. As you can see, I got these iron sights that I purchased off Amazon installed. They are flip up. Of course, I probably won't be using them for they're more for eye candy, but it is cool that they do, you know, resemble your typical AR-15 MBUS sights, and it does actually flip here to a peep sight, so you have the peep sight capability should you want to use it. Now, like I mentioned before, very light. In true Tippmann fashion, these are 2 separate receivers. So you have your left and right receiver, they split. It would have been really cool if Tippmann would have made the push pins like actually work like an AR-15 and hinge open. That would probably cost a lot more. But I digress. Still pretty cool. Still pretty cool. The trigger feels, you know, the actual physical trigger itself feels like a AR-15 trigger. Has your typical Tippmann heavy trigger pull though. So again, it's near the same as a stock A5 or stock 98 custom trigger pull. That's okay for me. moving on to the handguard, as you see, I did paint it, put the rail guards on, and makes it very comfortable to grip onto. I have the AFG2 on here, and the stock barrel, which the stock barrel at the end of the week will be gone. It will be in my gear bag in case I need it, but I do have a flask barrel set up that I'm going to put on here. Again, the gun, or the marker, is 98 custom threaded, so what I did was purchase a 98 custom to autococker barrel back, or barrel adapter, and then I'll be running one of my flask barrels, maybe with an extension and one of the flask muzzle brakes, or a Apex on it. I haven't decided if I'm going to run the Apex quite yet. I would love to get an Apex 2 to resemble a suppressor, but I do have an Apex 1 just in case I wanted that added, that added distance. I do have a flask suppressor, one of the old school ones that look really awesome. I might put on here as well. Trying to think of anything else that might need to go over. The mag release does install just like a AR-15 one would. So I'm going to guess that if you had, a favorite AR-15 mag release or a different button that you wanted to put back here, you could certainly do that. So that is pretty much, I would guess. I haven't tested it, so, don't take this 100%, but it's, after looking at it, taking it apart, and checking it out, it does seriously resemble and function like an AR-15 mag release. There is one other thing that is involved back here that I'm not going to get into this video, but I will talk about in the disassembly and reassembly video of this marker, that has me wondering if Tippmann has some different plans for this marker. So if that's the case, it's going to be really, really cool. This is, of course, the dust cover, typical one in AR-15. However, this is grafted, like molded into the receiver. This piece here is actually the detent for mag fed. So if you wanted to play hopper fed, you would take this piece off and you would put the elbow on. So here's what it looks like on the inside. There's the detent sideways, the bolt in there, and like I said, you pull the charging handle back to charge the marker. Now, the forward assist back here does not work. Of course, it's just there for looks, but that's fine for me. I think that's it, guys. I really, really like this marker. I'm hoping that here in the near future, Tippmann will come out with some different handguards, maybe a different stock system that actually is meant to fit on here. Now, that being said, I will post a link in this video of a guy that does 3D printing, and he 3D printed up a handguard, stock, and grip to make your Tippmann TMC resemble the what was it, the Ghost SMG from, I believe it was Black Ops. No, it would have been one of the Call of Duties, the one that had the Ghost SMG in it. Made it resemble it almost to a T. I will put the link in the description and possibly an annotation here. Check him out. It's $130 for all three, which is a really good deal. He 3D prints it. The stock is different. It replaces this whole thing and gives you a PDW style stock. But check him out. I kind of wanted to keep my TMC more traditional, the more traditional AR look. However, I am still considering buying his handguard simply for the fact that it takes away the delta ring back here and makes it one whole, what would be a free float system on an AR-15. One other thing, the trigger guard down here does not come out. Looks like it does, but it's grafted into the receiver. So I think that's about everything. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments section, and I will get back to them, as soon as I can, respond to you guys. I also will be doing the disassembly and reassembly video of the TMC here shortly, so look forward to that. And then come July 8th, 2017, we'll be hitting the field for the first time with my TMC, and we'll be playing Mission Masters Vietnam, one of their Vietnam scenarios. So you'll have the helmet camera video for that, and hopefully we'll get a lot more of the team out for this and more angles of different players, myself, Freeman, possibly Black Mamba, Cowboy, Hitman. A lot of the guys that were originally on the team, we're trying to get all of them back, Killa. So we'll see how it goes, but thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you soon.